No one remembers the 15 times he failed, but everyone remembers the one time he succeeded. If you saw him today, you would think he was always confident. You would think success came naturally to him. But what you don't see is the quiet story behind that moment. A story made of rejection, doubt, and silent persistence. His first failure was small, almost forgettable. He had an idea, something he believed could work. He worked on it for weeks. Then he showed it to someone he trusted. They looked at it for less than 30 seconds and said one word: no. Failure number 1. He went home that night wondering if the idea was stupid. But something interesting happened. He didn't quit, so he tried again. And this time, he tried harder. Failure number 2 came faster, much faster. This time the response wasn't just no, it was worse. They laughed, not loudly, but just enough for him to hear it. Failure number 3. This time, doubt arrived. And doubt is dangerous, because doubt doesn't shout, it whispers. Maybe you're not the kind of person who succeeds. But strangely, he tried again, and again, and again, and again. By the 7th failure, most people would have stopped. Most people would have quietly accepted defeat. But this story is not about most people. This story is about the strange psychology of persistence, and something unusual started to happen around failure number 8. Something he didn't expect. He wasn't just failing anymore, he was learning. But failure number 9 would test him more than any failure before, because this time it would almost break him. Failure number 9 didn't arrive with rejection, it arrived with silence. No emails, no replies. Days turned into weeks, and the silence slowly became heavier than rejection. Because rejection at least tells you something. Silence makes you question everything. By the 10th failure, exhaustion appeared. Not physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion. The quiet feeling that maybe effort doesn't matter. This is where most dreams disappear. Not in failure, but in fatigue. Failure number 11 came from someone he respected, someone whose opinion mattered. They didn't laugh, they didn't insult him, they simply said something worse. I don't think this will ever work. Failure number 12 was different, because this time he almost believed them. The idea suddenly felt fragile, like a thin glass object ready to shatter. Failure number 13 happened quietly, no dramatic moment, just another closed door, another missed chance. By failure number 14, something strange happened. Failure stopped hurting, not because he stopped caring, but because he started understanding something. Every failure had quietly given him a piece of the puzzle, a mistake corrected, a weakness improved. And then came attempt number 15, the one no one predicted. He didn't feel confident, he didn't feel lucky, he simply felt prepared. Prepared in a way only failure can teach. And this time, something unexpected happened. For the first time, the answer wasn't no. It wasn't silence either. It was a simple sentence. Let's try it. No celebration, no dramatic music, just an opportunity, a small one, the kind most people ignore, because it doesn't look like success yet. Weeks later, the idea began to work. Then months passed, and the small success became something bigger. People started noticing. They asked him how he did it. Some said he was lucky, others said he was talented. But none of them saw the 15 failures, because failure is invisible once success appears. And that's the strange thing about success. People see the final step, but not the staircase. They see the victory, but not the persistence. What most people don't understand is that failure wasn't the enemy. Failure was the training. The preparation. Each rejection sharpened the idea. Each mistake improved the plan. By the time success arrived, he had already built the person capable of handling it. And that's the lesson most people miss. Success rarely happens when you start. It happens when most people have already stopped. Somewhere out there, someone is on failure number 3. Someone else is on failure number 7, wondering if it's worth it. And someone is standing right in front of failure number 14, thinking about quitting. But what they don't know is how close they might be, because sometimes the only difference between failure and success is one more attempt. Mind-sketch stories that reveal the psychology behind success, failure, and the quiet battles we fight inside our minds.